For great deals every day, head over to myjumponit.com.
Weekdays at 4 on Channel 3. From WCAX, first in news, this is the Channel 3 News.
Thank you for watching Channel 3 at noon. I'm Avery Powell. A man accused of texting while driving in a crash that killed a Vermont couple has pleaded guilty. 24-year-old Ryan Kennelly pleaded guilty Tuesday to 2 misdemeanor charges of negligent driving that resulted in a death. Kennelly is set to spend 4 years on probation and pay a $1,000 fine. Kennelly's pickup truck drifted over the center line in December 2016 and hit 83-year-old Sally Ovian and her husband, 84-year-old Charles Ovian. The two died on the day of the crash. Kennelly apologized to Ovian's children Tuesday and called their parents the, quote, most influential people in his life. A Thetford man will serve at least 15 months in prison for sexually assaulting a patient at the Upper Valley Assisted Living facility where he worked. The Valley News reports 23-year-old Michael Patton was sentenced this week in Windsor Superior Court. He received a suspended 10 to 20-year sentence, but he must remain in prison until he completes sex offender programming. An investigation began after a co-worker found him in the 83-year-old woman's room at Valley Terrace in Wilder. Court documents show Patton later told police and staff that he had sex with the woman in 2017. Hearings begin today on the controversial sale of Burlington Telecom, but some people want to know where taxpayer money went. Here's the background. Burlington Telecom got itself into financial trouble, and $17 million was borrowed from taxpayers without permission and not paid back. Then last December, City Council members approved the sale of the public utility to Schurz Communications. Now a group is fighting to see the city reimburse the taxpayers.
The facts are that the Vermont statutes and the Burlington City Charter clearly say that the taxpayers cannot be on the hook for any of the loss or investment of this in Burlington Telecom.
The city's been very clear. No, this is a totally legal and a positive transaction for the citizens of Burlington.
City Attorney for Burlington, Eileen Blackwood, would not comment if Burlington taxpayers can get their money back, but she says the city is hopeful the sale will move forward. The hearings are expected to go for a few days in Montpelier. Burlington residents will vote on 2 major projects this November, and now we know how much each would cost taxpayers if passed. The first is a $70 million bond to upgrade Burlington's high school. Actual cost for taxpayers depends on the value of home and income, but the owner of a $250,000 home who does not qualify for an income tax adjustment would pay about $300 more per year. The second is whether to spend $30 million on a series of improvements to the city's wastewater treatment system. Average residential customers would see about a $5 increase in their water and sewer bills. Larger users would pay more. There will be a town hall meeting to discuss the wastewater and stormwater infrastructure. That's happening tomorrow evening at 6 in the Contoys Auditorium in Burlington City Hall. A law that bans food waste in our trash will go into effect July 2020. We went down to the Chittenden Solid Waste District, and they say composting is easier than you might think. They say having access to an industrial composting facility close by helps, but it's not necessary. Johnny Finity of the Chittenden Solid Waste District says even if you live in an apartment, you can compost. Now you might be thinking, what about the smell? He says they make food scrap containers and they eliminate the smell altogether.
When you're separating food scraps out of your trash, there are certain things you can do to minimize or actually erase the smell. I've been collecting food scraps at home for a long time. In my office, I collect food scraps, and there's literally no smell.
Finity says this is a great opportunity for people to try new experiences and wants to remind people that keeping food out of landfills is a positive thing. Vermont leaders say changes by the Trump administration to the Endangered Species Act will hurt the law, but the administration says they will help. We'll tell you why up next.
When it comes to your injury, experience counts. At Excel Physical Therapy, their experienced and caring medical professionals can put you on the right road to recovery. They'll take the time to listen to your concerns and work with you to develop a thorough, comprehensive, and affordable program. The comfortable private treatment rooms make it easy to relax during your care. Choosing the right professional makes all the difference. Whether you are recovering from an injury or want to get in shape, let the experienced medical staff of Excel customize a program for you. Expert care, exceptional service. Excel Physical Therapy.
Vermont is joining a list of 10 states demanding the Trump administration stop trying to overhaul the Endangered Species Act. State leaders told the federal government that proposed changes would wreak havoc on one of the nation's most successful environmental laws. But the administration says the plan would not gut the program, instead creating faster and more efficient decision. The changes to the act include ending automatic protections for threatened species and limiting habitat safeguards for recovering species. New York leaders are also pushing back. The third and final phase of the Burlington Greenway has kicked off, and now officials will be revealing more plans today. The Burlington Parks Recreation and Waterfront Planning Division staff and design consultant will be sharing half of their designs for the southern portion of the Greenway. They will be at Lakeside Park tonight. The third phase of the Greenway begins at the city's southern border at Queen City Park Road and goes through to Perkins Pier. Let's take a look outside right now at our Echo 3 Skywatch camera over Burlington. Gary, it's looking cloudy out there. It may not be a great day to head to the Greenway because it is raining off and on.
Exactly. Yesterday we had that chilly, wet day. Today we have a warm, wet day, but it looks like it's going to get stormy later on in the afternoon.
All right, Gary, we'll have a look at some of that stormy weather coming up next.
Are you suffering with chronic pain in your knees or hips? Or do you suffer from osteoarthritis? Are your only options risky surgery or harmful pills? Well, now there is hope and finally a solution for your pain with revolutionary stem cell therapy. Find out more by attending our upcoming free educational seminars. If you would like to get back to a better quality of life, attend our free stem cell seminar. Space is limited. Call now to reserve a seat today so you won't need to spend another day suffering.
Subaru of New England Final Chance clearance is going on now. Get behind the wheel of a brand new Subaru Outback. Lease for only $269 per month or buy with 0% financing. With symmetrical all-wheel drive, safety and adventure go hand in hand. Don't miss your final chance. Come on.
Now your Max Advantage weather forecast with Gary Sadowski.
I think the big difference from today to yesterday is the fact that it is much warmer out there today than it was yesterday. It was chilly. We were stuck in the 50s with that rain coming on down. Today, we've been seeing on and off showers throughout the morning hours, and it has warmed up. We saw those temperatures rise during the overnight hours, so we are looking at some warm air that's coming in ahead of an approaching cold front. And that cold front is coming in at us from the west, and that's what's starting to bring some of those showers in here. And looks like a little cluster of thunderstorms trying to get started in northern New York right now, but this is our lightning detection map. We're not seeing anything right now, but we expect that to become a little more active as we get farther into the afternoon and into the evening. Most of the northeast under the gun for some potential strong to severe thunderstorms, and that's going to be from about mid to late afternoon and into the evening hours. Look at the temperatures noontime. Compare that to yesterday. We're in the low to mid 70s in most spots. 76 degrees down in Bennington. The usual chilly Berlin, New Hampshire coming in at 77 right now, and it's a little more humid out there too. Those dew points well into the 60s. We have a 70 dew point at Messina, so one of those very summer-like, warm, muggy days out there so far, but things are going to be changing later on. 72 is our current temperature here in Burlington with a dew point up there at 68. It's been breezy too. Those winds out of the south, 18 miles per hour. We have seen some gusts over 30 miles per hour, and the pressure on the way down. So as we go through the rest of the day, we are expecting that cold front to kind of sharpen up and intensify a little bit, so we are looking at some more organized showers and some thunderstorms developing as we go through the rest of the afternoon. Here we are at 4 p.m., a little before evening drive time, and that front is coming through the Champlain Valley, but it is a fairly quick mover. It's going to be moving through very quickly. Here we are at 7 p.m., so by the time we get into the evening hours, most of that has moved off to the east. Still a few thunderstorms down in our southern areas where it could be a little bit stronger, and then this whole thing is going to get out of here, so we are headed for a clearer night and a better day tomorrow. It's going to be a little cooler, more comfortable, and we're going to see a good deal of sunshine. Might get a quick shower in our southern areas early in the day on Friday before sunrise. Then that's going to get out of here, so it's looking pretty good through the end of the week. Those temperatures are going to be in the upper 70s. May even see a couple of low 80s down to the south this afternoon before that front comes on through. And then tomorrow to start the day, it's going to be cooler, upper 40s into the low 50s. May start with a little bit of patchy fog, but then we're going to get a good deal of sunshine tomorrow. And temperatures about where they ought to be this time of the year, into the mid-60s. We're looking for another nice day on Friday after those possible morning showers, and most of the weekend looking okay. Partly sunny, a little cooler, low 60s for highs, and the weekend may start and end with a few showers, but in between, looking pretty good.
All right, thanks, Gary, and thank you for watching. Neliana Ferraro has a look at your community events coming up next. Have a great day.
I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. I'm Neliana Ferraro with more on the community events happening around our region. Come to the 14th annual Harvest Fair on the Pittsford Village Green on Saturday from 10 to 3 p.m. Be an everyday hero in the fight against suicide at the Vermont chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention Walk. That's at 9 Saturday morning at Oakledge Park in Burlington. Enjoy a chicken pie supper at the North Danville Baptist Church on Saturday starting at 5 p.m. Neil Cornwell will perform a euphonium and electronic music recital. Head to UVM's Music Building Recital Hall on South Prospect Street in Burlington on Saturday from 7:30 to 9 p.m. Across the Fences next, the news returns tonight on Channel 3 News.